In the next 6 to 12 months, you can make more progress on your guitar than you have in years. In this video, I'm going to cover what you need to know in order to make this happen and the action steps to actually achieve it. My name is Simen and I'm a guitarist, music producer, and graphic designer from Norway. I'm here to share everything I've learned so far in my journey and document what I learn in real time. So the goal of this video is to give you some clarity on how you should approach guitar in order to get as much progress as possible. First of all, you can make way faster progress than you think if you just do the right stuff, but it can be quite overwhelming. So to make it easier, I like to divide guitar into a few main skills. And the most important ones are chords, technique, scales, arpeggios, learning songs, improvisation, oral skills, and musicality. Then again, you can divide all these skills into sub-skills. That will give you some clarity on what you can practice. So let's do that. Okay, so let's start with chords. We're going to break down chords, the sub-skills of chords. So this will depend on your level, but here are a few examples. Within chords, we have basic minor and major open chords. We have minor and major bar chords. Minor and major bar chords across the whole neck. Seventh chords across the whole neck. Some fancy chords with some extended voicings. Drop 2 voicings and more. And obviously I'm not going into all of these sub-skills right now. That will probably be like a 10-hour video. So let me know if there are any topics you want me to go deeper into. The goal here is just to give you some clarity on what you can practice. Then we have technique. This is a massive main skill, but I'm going to break it down into some of the most important sub-skills. We have how to hold your pick, right hand mastery, left hand mastery, alternate picking, legato, bending, slides, economy picking, sweep picking, and more. Next up, we have scales. Some important sub-skills here are the first position of the minor pentatonic scale, all 5 positions of the minor pentatonic, the pentatonic scale in all keys, the major scale in all keys, and more fancy scales, like the altered scale and a melodic minor, for example. Then we have arpeggios. This can be divided into major and minor triads, minor 7th arpeggios, major 7th arpeggios, dominant 7th arpeggios, 7th arpeggios across the whole neck. Next is learning songs, which is exactly what it sounds like. Find songs you like or dislike if you're strange, and learn the songs. This is a good way to always get new inspiration and learn from other people. Then we have improvisation, oral skills, and musicality. This can be a bit more vague, but it's still very important. So here are a few things you can practice. Learn songs by ear. Play along with songs and find your place. Sing what you play. So I know we have talked about a lot, so let's review everything we have talked about so far. We have covered some of the main skills of guitar: chords, technique, scales, arpeggios, learning songs, and improvisation, oral skills, and musicality. These are some main skills you can practice. And of course, there are other main skills as well, like for example, music theory and songwriting. So feel free to add other main skills if there's something else you want to improve. We have also covered some important sub-skills for each of the main skills. This leads us to the next part, which is to create an action plan. And this is how we can do it in 3 simple steps. Step 1. In each main skill, choose 1 or more sub-skills you want to improve. 2. Decide when you're going to practice what. You want to spend some time on all the main skills in order to become a versatile guitarist. Let's say you're practicing 20 minutes a day. Then you could, for example, practice technique for 10 minutes and then another main skill for 10 minutes. And number 3, design your practice routine. This step is what your practice routine actually looks like. Let's say you want to practice legato and 7th chords. For legato, you could find some good exercises and practice with a metronome. And for 7th chords, you would need to find a good resource to actually understand how to play 7th chords. You don't just learn stuff by yourself from nowhere. My foot is falling asleep and it's very strange. If you don't want to figure out all of these things for yourself, I teach how to become a better guitar player on playwithaplan.com. I'll leave the link in the description if you're interested. Okay, so to conclude, I know there's been a lot of information in this video, but it's not so hard if you just break it down. Okay, so I've covered the main skills for guitar, and these are not so many. Then we have covered the most important sub-skills for each of the main skill. And then we have created an action plan to actually get better at those skills. So just 3 things. If you enjoyed this video, you should check out the video on the screen next, where I share 5 tips to instantly sound better on guitar. Oop.